to school on Friday, the 25th of March 2022. And I never mentioned this, but for the past couple days, um, two of my mates have been sort of like hyping up this fight. Like, oh, I'm gonna fight you on 25th of March because, like, the same day that when KSI and Logan Paul fought. Um, and it didn't happen. I didn't talk about it until now because, I already knew that it wasn't going to happen. But anyway, turns out we were actually going to be going to Aurora and Bangor for PE instead of just doing like multi-sport in the hall. Going to be doing trampoline, same as what the girls have been doing since like the start of the year. But the teacher actually gave us an option: go there and do the trampolining or stay. I decided to stay, not because I'm, I don't want to do it or anything, but I just wanted to read, and I did read, and I finished. Hold on, I forget the author's name. Okay, never mind, no need for an author's name. All New Hawkeye. It's good, but it's not as good as Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. I also finished Old Man Hawkeye. Oh, and these are all volume ones, not a final review. Which is also good. Batman Earth 1, which is also good. And Hawkeye Kate Bishop, which is also good. I didn't complete all those in study. That's all stuff I completed in the entire day. I just threw all of them together. But after a little bit of reading, some people who were going to PE went into study, and the study teacher said, "Oh, you can stay in the common room if you want." And I decided to go wet as well. And I asked, "Why are you here? What happened to travel planet?" "Oh, the bus couldn't fit all of us, so some of us had to stay behind. We decided to stay behind." "Oh, okay." And we were just messing about. We're all trying to get coffee at the same time, and we'll grab the whole bunch of sugar packets and just started going wild with my put like a couple of my drink. Some people were snorting them, some people were putting them in plastic bags as if it was cocaine, stuff like that. Then someone tried to get the TV to work, and I thought that this was an idea that no one else had before. I turned my hotspot on and hotspotted the TV and just put on clips from like Joker, someone's putting on Fortnite. I tried to put on Paul Melker, aka Gypsy Crusader, and also a deleted clip from the Batman. So that was fun. Can't find what's next. This means as of 2 to 6 p.m. God be like, "Oh, bro, you gay." Never mind. Like, God doesn't hate gay people. Like, the Bible is talking about gay marriage, right? God has a problem with gay marriage, not gay people. Your mama's so fat, Thanos had to clap. Right, why just play copyrighted music in the background? Oh, lucky you, you're protected for some reason. When you sound with Ukraine, you can barely stand up. I don't remember what the response is, but it's something stupid.
Shut up!
I'll be honest. I spat laughing when I saw that last night.
Hoes don't like me. Get too fussed my.
Guys, our microwave is making a cool sound. Check it out. I got a feeling. Ooh, that's what. Guys, our microwave.
About time this thing started working the way I wanted it to. About
Sorry if you can hear my stomach there.
jolly good show. Story built.
You in 2020 and your dog ain't typing your papers, you ain't living right. I get my dog to proofread my shit. I get my dog to analyze my shit. He's saving it for me. He running it through the algorithms. You got
No, baby.
I don't want milk.
You drunk all the fucking milk, man.
I feel like a.
Kanye, did she put her fingers up your booty?
Hey! Jolly good show.
This DMs as of 6 p.m. I put in my story last night a photo from Euphoria from this really great scene where I just said this scene is great. Love this scene, something like that. And Jessica replied same. I was thinking, oh, she doesn't know what this is. Because, I mean, you could only really tell it's Euphoria if you watch Euphoria, because it's the photo. The only person you can see is the mum of Zendaya's character. Like, you saw Zendaya's character, you could probably think it's Euphoria, because it's probably the only dark thing that she's done. and I replied, hey, Jessica said, I love this too. I said, what show was it? And she replied, Friends. I replied, nope. This Twitter as of 6 p.m. There is an extreme amount here. It's where you explain why LMAO manlet. Yeah, well, anyone can be a woman. Define woman. Exactly. Stop exposing the hustle, dickheads. I'm gonna guess that's his impression of Seth Rogen's tweets, because, I was talking in probably yesterday's video or Wednesday's video. I was going through his tweets and he says ha a lot. But anyway, that's because I'm a cunt. Did you get one after you ran for MEP as a YouTube candidate? No, I got a bunch of tweets from people really mad about that years later. Better than any trophy. Shove your NFTs up your cock and come them out again. Now consider buying them. This didn't go where I thought it was going. No, just ignore your content for 6 months instead. NFTs are a racket. Screw 'em. Better make that 6 years, because boy, are you gonna be mad soon. I'm sorry, where's your award for biggest reactionary asshole? Furry LMAO. My mom makes NFTs and is trying to shame me for being a furry. The jokes write themselves. Yes, they do, LMFAO. Glad we can agree, fam. This furry still doesn't realize he loses by default. I should have read out that American Psycho thing there. I wake up knowing my enemies are ontologically evil and there's no act against them, which is wrong. completely agreed. I need to take us that way. NFTs are a scam, and even doing them as a bit is still really crappy in my opinion. Which are still tricking people out of their hard-earned money, even though those people might not be NFT bros. You can do this super amazing thing called not buying one. Don't you guys justify bullying by, oh, it's free speech, so it's okay. I'll say the thing I usually say in these situations. You can either say whatever you like, but I will also call you a moron for it. Where did I say you couldn't say anything? I simply made fun of you for what you said. You can do this super amazing thing called not buying one. I can see you're trying to go into semantics. Very politicany of you. But while you didn't say those exact words, the implication is still there. So I didn't say it, and your point at me allegedly telling you that you can't say something was based on a huge reach from the statement. You can do a super crazy thing and not buy one, which doesn't even remotely say anything close to your point. Is that right? Damn, man, gotta say, I'm really disappointed in this decision. Best of luck, but I can't support somebody actively bilking their audience. As well as putting a gun to everyone's heads and forcing them to buy NFTs. I'm selling NFTs. People can do this super crazy thing called not buying them. Oh, my apologies. I'm pretty sure I have that thing. I read buying is bullying. Either way, though, the argument is arguably worse. It's like saying, well, you don't like Ben Garrison, just don't look at his art. The problem isn't the thing itself, it's the effect they have on others. If my argument is worse, then you can refute it. Go ahead. I literally just did. The issue I have with it isn't the NFT success. The problem is that it directly harms other people and taking advantage of anyone, even if you think they deserve it for personal gain is a crappy thing to do. So I'm very clear with everyone about what an item is and then sell it to them by your logic. Literally every single storekeeper from the charcoal man and agent in Babylonia times to the current Tesco are all scammers. You have paint. The difference is you're not selling physical goods, you're selling things people can already get for free at an artificially inflated price in a way that is actually tricking people into thinking it's worth more than it actually is, like a pyramid scheme. Not selling physical goods, so Steam and Epic Games are scammers then. Well, Epic Games, yes, they are scammers. Not literally, I shouldn't have said literally, but they are scammers because they'll just put out one thing after another and charge however much for it. And because Fortnite is so addicting, people buy it right up. Anyway, they can already get it for free. Crap, I didn't know every piece of art ever created was free for me to use. That will make making videos so much easier. I'm gonna upload Avengers Endgame to my channel. To your first point, trying to twist my argument that something isn't only works if you don't address the actual argument in the following statement. Second, you do realize that if you commission a piece of art, you can post anywhere, right? For anyone to share and post. No, what really happened is you realized you're not selling physical goods as a scam. Point was trapped once you realized how many markets that applies to. You know, when you pay for art, you can post anywhere. You just nuked your own argument and didn't even realize. No, explain the big difference immediately after. And how did I nuke it exactly? No, you didn't explain the difference at all. You just said when you buy art, that means you own it. Congratulations, just figure out NFTs. When you buy the NFT, you own the NFT. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. .jpg. In that case, why is a common selling point for NFTs over, say, commissioning actual artists? If you hold on to it, you can sell it for more than it costs. And why do NFT bros get mad when you post art publicly? And why do many NFT bros call their NFTs one of a kind? You know that most NFTs are made by commissioned artists, right? That sounds like their problem, and it's not something I do, so you might want to take it out of people who are actually doing the thing you're mad about. Let me just make sure that there's not anything more. Okay, there's a hell of a lot more. No, most of them are actually made by bots, and cool, you specifically may not do those things, but that doesn't have anything to do with my actual argument. which is that if my point is inaccurate, why do most NFT bros do these things? And also commissioned artists, why do most NFT bros go do these things? How would I know? Go ask them. That still doesn't mean that all NFTs are scams, and funnily enough, I am commissioning an artist and minting them myself. That alone doesn't, but again, the main selling point being seen as an investment and the whole, oh, they're one of a kind, you're buying this specific copy of it. And those are inherent to most NFTs, otherwise they're just supremely overpriced commissions. So your problem then is with people who don't do the research before buying NFTs. Every time I knock an argument down, you twist it into a new one. Can you just pick an argument, please? Yeah, for the sake of my breath. What? How on God's green earth could you interpret that from what I've said? And why would I need to twist my arguments when you've been doing enough of that on your own? Marcus hasn't. Like, Marcus disproves you, and then you try and make a new argument. So now you're restoring to accuse me of literally everything you yourself are doing for this argument. Can you please stop huffing paint? Marcus, you shouldn't repeat yourself like that. Instead of saying, can you please stop huffing paint? Can you please stop sniffing glue? Basically, same thing, but it's that little diversity that I know that I'm gonna get called a radical leftist for saying that, but like diversity of insults is really good. Can you please give an example? You just accused me of twisting your argument when literally you strawman the absolute crap out of me earlier when you thought I was trying to stop you speaking. As stated earlier, I misread your post there. It was a genuine mistake and I apologise, and I haven't made that point since you pointed out that it was wrong, got anything better. Shot down, meaning you changed the subject and used frankly dodgy tactics to avoid my point rather than addressing. No, I directly addressed and refuted everything you said. I don't need you to see that. Your pride won't let you. I just need the people reading this to see it. That's where you invent an alternative reality where you won this and try to make people believe it. Oh, my actual favourite tactic. Be explaining what you think the other person is doing to show how others use somewhat shady tactics to their advantage. Unfortunately, you're just wrong here, and anyone reading can easily tell. That of anything, you're hardcore projecting here. No, I can't easily tell that he's hardcore projecting, if anything. I'll give my opinion, like when we're done with this, Fred. Tell yourself what you need to. I will, and I truly do hope you realize there already sooner rather than later. That's the alternate reality I was talking about. Don't you also always preach trying to change the minds of others? When I think it can be done, in your case it can't. Too prideful and willing to dream up a new reality to avoid looking at your own faults. Once you fall in the trap of this is everyone's fault but mine like you clearly have, then oof, that's a dead-end road. That just proves my point. Anytime your behavior is pointed out and a mirror is held up to you, you accuse a reflection of being someone else projecting. Can I be very real with you? You need to change that outlook. Everyone you know IRL will distance themselves. Trust. You haven't really pointed out anything though. You just said some crap and hope that I just agreed with you. Like, if I'm going to change my mind at all, it needs to be shown, which you haven't done whatsoever. The only actual example you've given was something I already retracted. Okay, I think I've wasted far too much time arguing with a retard. I'm going to play Elden Ring now and you can take your schizo posting elsewhere. How are we not done? Mate, I'm going to level you. I consider NFTs as a complete scam, as a rule. In your specific case, I know you're just doing it for the meme, but a lot of people don't have any sense of nuance. Oh, I forgot to get my opinion on what happened. Or well, just of NFTs if I haven't already given them. Obviously, do whatever you want, but I just feel like the NFTs are the downside of free market capitalism. Like, I love the fact that it's there. I just think that, it shouldn't happen. It's cringe. Like, it's my opinion is the same on OnlyFans. I hate the fact that people will pay however much to get just a picture of someone naked when you could just as easily search up, like, naked woman on Google, and I know it's a Google really weirdly there, but whatever, and you'll get a naked woman. Anyway, NFTs are just like any other financial endeavor. Do your research before venturing into anything financial. Some people just buy them for the pretty colors. Some want to make money. It's up to the consumer to figure out what they want and plan appropriately. Some NFT projects have been scams, absolutely, but I find it pretty unfair that they brand every single project as a scam. Also, let's be real, NFTs have become the modern day Nickelback, where it's just become cool to hate them. Problem is that it isn't some, but like 90% of NFTs seem like scams. Not being a dick, genuinely asking, since 9 out of 10 is a pretty extreme number, can I see some evidence of this? If 90% of all NFT projects are scams, then it's amazing that any NFT project exists at all, so I'd like to know more. No, I don't think this guy should provide evidence. It's not that sort of thing that you should really have to provide evidence for. I do not mean that 90% of all NFTs are scams, but 90% of them seems like it, especially after Squiggles and Pixelmon were two of the most hyped NFT projects. Turned out to be a scam. I don't think you selling some meme as an NFT is a scam, and neither are some artists who sell some pieces of art they made out. I personally am always wary of NFT projects because I can easily count more scams than actual projects. To be fair, 90% is probably an exaggeration. And I'm interested in hearing more, so can you cite some more of these scams and provide more examples so I can look into it more? Live in 15 minutes, testing out a new series, Celtic Myths. Right, I'm going to be honest, I haven't really been able to pay attention to a Mad Lab video since Alistair Crowley. I don't know what it is, I've been watching, ever since the very start, I've always watched his videos while playing games, and I've been able to pay attention to them, but all of a sudden, ever since whatever came after Alistair Crowley, I just haven't. I know nothing about Robert Liston or whatever, other than the fact that he's what Listerine is named after. Hopefully with Celtic Myths, I understand. I'm able to, pay attention to it while playing my game. Yeah. We need more age-based discrimination, particularly in politics. If you won't be around by the time the ship reaches its destination, then you won't care where you're sailing it, so you shouldn't be allowed to sail the ship. Yeah, it's like some of the climate change people are saying, oh, it's the boomers, because they'll be dead by the time that climate change has a feelable effect, if you know what I mean. But then they also turn around and say, to support people who do stuff where they, it was like Article 13. Everyone who voted for it were old and most likely knew absolutely nothing about the internet. So that's why I voted on, because I don't care. Okay. NFTs as an idea are great. Current implementations are nothing but scams, though. It's like when Paul was shilling his crypto for a meme. We can see what you're doing, man. Yes, I'm going to be selling NFTs. You disapprove, that's fine. You can do this really crazy thing called not buying one. Fair enough, man, I'm going to take a break. The content, I hope your endeavors work out for you. I've been trading crypto for years and plan to keep doing it, so I'm not sure when you'll allow yourself back, but best of luck. I'm fine with crypto and NFTs by extension as an idea. The space is full of grifters and scammers taking legitimacy from the space. These kind of things only add to that. I'm in it for the long haul, not just a quick buck. Crypto's future. But my plan was to make mad NFTs, and you seemed to have a huge problem with it. So you seem to be the furthest thing from fine with NFTs, because NFTs, as they currently are, give no ownership of what is claimed. You want to link to a picture, not the picture itself. This could be fixed. I fear it won't, as it's such an easy grift right now. NFTs as they are now, it's a baby step to what real NFTs will be like in the future. Sorry, I was putting a pillow over my face because that's what it feels like doing this. But surely you must be aware that you're saying things like you're saying earlier will just permanently put people off NFTs and then they will never become a thing, right? You know, I thought similar things of crypto and Bitcoin early on, thought day in and out. Only time will tell. We'll likely need a rebranded futures. This non-fungibility isn't just reserved for the current implementation known as NFTs. Sure, until everyone finds out that whatever the new thing is based on the same technology as NFTs, everyone goes, scam, and then whatever the new project would have been is just dead on arrival. Argue for the better management from exchanges instead of against NFTs themselves. Oh, by the way, we're nowhere near done. I have a feeling this is going to be the first school video that goes above 1 hour. As stated earlier, I misread your post there. I was getting mistaken. I apologize, and I haven't made that point since you pointed out that it was wrong, got nothing better. No, you said it got shut down, so I'm good. Shut down me. Why have I already... Let me just go to the bottom. Okay. Don't know how I missed that. Anyway, testing out a new possible series for the channel. Celtic Mist, first episode about Kelpies, evil spectral horses that would drown you, drag you down the world, or try and screw your wife.